Today we're going to discuss how you can automatically process your files in typical batch jobs once they land on S3 bucket. So there are multiple ways to do this, but I'm going to go with one of the cleanest and most reliable way that I have found out. What we can do is we can use shell script, one of the options that is available, but then you have to write your own shell script and trigger the app, and that is sort of error prone with uh, introduction to bugs highly likely. So what we're going to do instead is we are going to use another AWS offering called SQS, and we are actually going to have the file upload being published as an event over the queue. Now, once this queue gets an event, it will be a JSON event. This can be consumed by our Java application, and that is going to process the file in real time as soon as the upload is completed. From there, you will have your Spring Batch job getting invoked, which is going to read the file in the configured reader, then process it, and then write it to some external DB or message broker or whatever is your downstream writer. So that is it. So this is going to be the agenda. So first, we are going to configure actually our S3 to publish upload events to SQS. That can be done very easily with a few clicks on the AWS console. There is no code involved in this. The only code you have to write is in your Springboot application to create a SQS listener. That is step 3. But before that, we are going to publish our queue. We are going to configure our Spring application to read message events on the queue. So you're going to have the AWS client, the AWS dependencies in your Spring application. Then we are going to create a listener, which is very easy. Just have to use an annotation, and then we're going to invoke batch jobs from our listener, right? So that's the agenda. So let's go and dive into the code. But before that, let me just show you what settings I have done here. Like I said, it's a complete UI way to do it. There are just button clicks. So what we can do here, I've got this test bucket here, and whenever I create an object into my bucket, can you see there is a put notification? So where I am is actually, if you go to the bucket, you just have to go to properties, and if you scroll down a bit, there is a section that talks about event notifications. So you can just create an event notification whenever there is a change of state in your S3 bucket. These are kind of hooks, pre-configured hooks that you can activate, and you can actually point it to another AWS service to consume it. So you've got the put event whenever you copy some file, whenever the multi-part file is uploaded, completely uploaded, you can have this event getting triggered. So in my experience, I've used put, which works for small files, but you can also go for multi-part upload completed. This is for large files. And input, I have sort of observed that you can get more than one publish events. So you just have to take care of that in the listener. That is why you should have some duplicacy check enabled in that. If you didn't understand what I said, you can just try it out in the code. You'll see for yourself. So you can have these notifications, and then what you have to do is you have to just sort of tell it which downstream service you want to connect it to. So in my case, I've gone for SQS queue, and you can create whatever queue name you've created, you can give it here. So whenever there is a file being posted in S3, a notification will be sent to SQS queue, and the name of the queue is given here. So you have to just go ahead and save changes. So that is, your setup is completely done. Now you have to write code to actually listen to that queue event and then take some decisions in your Spring application. So what it will do, it will give you a JSON which you have to parse and understand what has the event that has taken place. So can you see there's a SQS listener here? How did I manage to get this? You just have to go to POM XML. You have to add some dependencies here. So these are the dependencies. You can just copy paste them in your POM. This code is available on GitHub. You have to configure a few settings related to AWS, and you have to give your queue name here, right? So only this and this is related to the file reading part. Rest of it are just cosmetic changes. You have to enable the job and all. So you can just straight away go to file list now. And now I'm going to expand this here. So can you see there is a method which is consuming a JSON? So this is the event JSON which SQS is going to send to your application. It's an event, so you can get, it's a bunch of events, it's a list of events, so you can just parse them and then take the decisions based on some key names. So it gives you the key is nothing but the file name, and bucket is nothing but your S3 bucket. So like I said, it sometimes gives you duplicate events. You have to manage them. So you can have your own implementation here, how you want to sort of identify that this is a unique event that you can just implement yourself. And then if it's not a duplicate, you want to start your Spring batch job. So that is how you start it, using the batch constructor job parameters, and using the job launcher API, you can just run the job you want. The job configuration is sort of straightforward, and it's not in the context, it's not in the scope of this video, but if you just want, this is some sort of job configuration that you can have. A simple CSV file I'm reading here. It's going to be chunk based, 100 in the size of 100, and then I'm simply writing it. I don't have any sophisticated writer in place. I'm just writing it here. And then for the reader, you can go and have a look at the code. It's pretty straightforward. So let's do one thing now. Let's not talk much and let's run this application. So I'll just run it. So we can see a demo here. So let this start. Perfect. It's running on port 8080, which is good. I'll just clear the logs for now. And now let us go and upload a file on this bucket. So as you can see in the past, I've imported these many files. So let us just upload one more. Let's go to add files. I'm going to go and upload maybe the mock data.csv. Yeah. Now keep an eye on this one. As soon as I hit upload, one event is going to be triggered onto SQS, and that is going to be consumed by our application. So I'll just open the logs here. Can you see? It has detected a file and it has identified lots of items from it. So there are 1,000 items. There were 1,000 lines in that file. So it has actually printed this on the console, and the batch job has executed successfully. You can see it's completed. So that is how you can actually have real-time event getting published over the queue, and your Spring application can easily start the jobs. A lot of customizations you can add to this, but this is like a starter way to do this in the most easy way possible. If you like this video, please give me a like and see you next time. Bye-bye.